Now, because something isn't urgent for a prospect today, doesn't mean it will not be urgent for the prospect tomorrow. And that's why follow-up is very important when it comes to selling anything to anyone. Now, for you to follow up very effectively, you must make it, first of all, I'm going to give you three key things as regards follow-up. But I want you to understand that sometimes the prospect is not even the issue when it comes to follow-up. The salesperson is the issue. For example, if the salesperson doesn't give a strong impression, when you meet a prospect for the first time, you want to make a very strong impression. And there are some things you can do that will help you make a very strong impression. Three things to be precise. Number one, your knowledge. How well you understand the prospects industry, how well you understand your industry, how well you understand your products. I had a quote the other day. The person said, if you want to sound very eloquent, know so much about what your product is. Know so much that's far beyond what you can communicate within the time frame you have with the prospect. So if you know so much, you find out that when you have just that little time with the prospect, you will be able to give out so much information, and the prospect will be like, wow, this guy is very knowledgeable. I don't mind meeting this person again. The second strong thing you can do to create a strong impression is your personal appearance, your smell, breath, perfume, fragrance, cologne, your hair, your beard, how groomed you are, your clothes. 90% of your body is covered with clothes. So 90% of the impression you make on a prospect will come from what you're wearing. So be persistent. Be persistent. So understand, number one, be organized. Number two, be persistent. Number three, be pleasant. Be pleasant. Understand you're doing them a disservice if you don't follow up. If you don't see, there's a mindset about follow up. There's a mindset you must have when it comes to follow up. You must have the thinking like, if I don't follow this person up, he will lose out to my products. He will lose out to my service. I don't want to be of disservice to him. Let me follow him up because I know that my products can change his life. The belief, the mentality that your products can change the world is the beginning of success in selling. You must understand that the ripple effect of your products cannot be compared to any other products. No product is better than the other, as far as I'm concerned, because every product, if you look at the ripple effect, it can make tremendous impact. So your mentality must be that, if I don't get this product across this prospect, it's going to affect him. It may affect his children. It will affect his business. Let me help this man. Let me help this lady. Let me follow up. So with that, with that mentality, it affects how your pleasantness, how you treat the prospect, and it help them make the right decision. Now, I'll close with this. Ensure the follow battle is worth it. Ensure the follow battle is worth it. No, there's some battles that are not worth it. Imagine following up a prospect for 6 months. At the end of the day, the transaction amounts, you're not even excited about it. So pick your battles carefully. If the transaction amount is worth it, you can follow up for the long haul. But if you know that the transaction amount, you know that it's not encouraging you, strike a balance between the amount of effort and energy you put in versus what you're expecting to get out. And how do you do that? Batch your follow-up calls together. Let it be that the ones who you feel not significant and the ones that are significant, call them at the same time. The ones that you feel are significant, go the extra mile and pay an extra visit. So that way, you can be sure that the sale would go through. Was the prospect qualified? Because if you're following up somebody who doesn't have the financial capacity, you're wasting your time. If you're following up somebody who is not the final decision maker, you're wasting your time. If you're following up somebody for whom it's not urgent, you may be wasting your time. So what you're trying to do is that you have to make sure that you qualify these prospects. Be sure that they have the financial capacity, the decision-making process, and it is urgent for them. Any questions? Please type in the comment section. I'd like to see you again tomorrow. Remember to like, to subscribe. By the way, something else came to my mind now. When you're on the phone what do you say when you get on the phone when it's time to follow up? Do you follow up and say things like, "Sir, I'm just calling to check on you. Sir, I'm calling to follow up as regards this, that." Rather, your conversation should be, "Oh, good afternoon, sir. Oh, we spoke 2 weeks ago. You asked me to call you back today, and that's why I'm calling. Where do we go from here? Do you see that? So I'm the one telling you that, sir, you asked me to call you back. That's what I'm calling. Because every time you follow up, you must be the one to have the last word in terms of, oh, sir, I'm going to call you next week. Oh, I'm going to call you in 2 weeks' time. So that way you can be able to close and engage your prospects a lot better. All right. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to be looking at prospecting. Prospecting. We're going to look at prospecting strategies, things you can do to find prospects a lot faster and be able to get in a lot more business. Or maybe we'll do objection handling. I'll talk with my team. We'll decide which one we'll do tomorrow. All right. Look forward to seeing you. God bless.